Liverpool's recent 2-1 defeat to Manchester United at Anfield has left a lot of Liverpool fans questioning, can they bounce back against Eintracht Frankfurt? And today we're breaking down just that from a tactical perspective, of course, and all the tactical battles, what went wrong in that United game and what Arne Slot might do differently. Let's start with last weekend. Liverpool dominated possession but struggled to turn that into clear chances, and United exploited spaces in transition. And well, Van Dijk himself admitted, that the team rushed decisions, which ultimately led to the conceded goal. Now, looking at some key tactical points, defensive gaps in the half space between the fullbacks and the centre-backs. There was also in the midfield, it lacked tempo and control, I'd say. And the press was sometimes, reactive rather than proactive. And Liverpool's forward movement was narrow. That allowed United, to be compact in those central areas. Now, looking ahead, Frankfurt are dangerous. They are a dangerous side in Europe, and they thrive on counter-attacks and quick transitions. And their fullbacks are aggressive. We need to keep that in mind. And the midfielders are smart at exploiting space between the lines. And I think the tactical threats to Liverpool over here is definitely fast wingers who look like they cut inside, and they like doing that, and they'll most likely do that against Liverpool as well. And if we are found sleeping, we're going to be found wanting. In the midfield, they can bypass pressing with quick one-touch passing, and that's a danger of this squad. And Liverpool can't have this lazy, slow build-up without accuracy. They're going to have to be accurate in that midfield and hold on to the ball. And set pieces is also another danger. Liverpool have been looking really shaky from set pieces. I mean, a lot of goals conceded from set pieces, and Frankfurt have scored from corners and free kicks in the last few matches. Definitely something Liverpool are going to have to be very cautious about. After Manchester United exposed some vulnerabilities, I think we can expect Liverpool to tweak their approach. And just a breakdown of some of the things that I would like to see, I'm hoping to see, and that they should actually do. And if we look at that defensive shape, likely a deeper defensive line is what we're going to see. And that is just to limit space behind Van Dijk and Konate. In the midfield, we're going to have midfield balance. We're going to have to get something special from the likes of Szoboszlai, McAllister, if he's okay, from Gravenberg. And they might sit deeper to control transitions and close gaps. And that's going to be very important. From the fullbacks, we need a more measured attack from both Kerkez as well as from Frimpong. And I'm hoping that we'll see more Frimpong in this match. We're definitely going to need that. And that is to prevent the counters. They're going to have to be sharp. They're going to have to be allowed. And perhaps Kerkez could sit this one out or start from the bench and allow Robertson. He's the vice captain after all. And get Robertson onto the field, get him some minutes and see if he can do something different. There's been nothing wrong with the way that Robertson plays. And I think that's a missing element in the Liverpool squad at the moment. It's very needed. And I'd really like to see a little bit more of Andy Robertson in this match. Now, when it gets to the pressing, Slot may refine pressing triggers, focusing on forcing a little bit more and especially forcing Frankfurt wide rather than pressing in the center. That's something that I would like to see, and using our wing attack really, and that really opens up opportunities for our striker. We haven't been using our strikers in the most effective way. We need to see that happen. We need to see it happen in this match. Something needs to give sooner rather than later. And that is definitely one of the things that we should be seeing. Another key element here is that some individual battles could really decide this game. And just like I predicted ahead of the Manchester United game, that there were going to be some serious battles. We saw some of those battles. In many instances, Liverpool came out on top, and it could have been such a different game. It just wasn't. But when these battles are won, Liverpool needs to get their transitions correct to make sure that there's movement on the ball. But what I'd like to see is that midfield pivot come back into play. And can Gravenberg, can he control the tempo against Frankfurt's quick passes? That's a good question. And I think he can. I think he is the answer here. He needs to be unlocked again, like he was unlocked in last season. The other thing is going to be the wide threats. And here, either Robertson or Kerkez, versus Frankfurt's right winger. Space exploitation here is crucial. They're going to have to be sharp. We can't have Kerkez looking like he's uncertain when he's running around on the field. We're going to have to have him sharp. And that sharpness that Robertson brings, that awareness, that vocality on the field, that is needed. But we need to counter those wide threats. That is going to be a battle that we are going to have to watch, and that Liverpool is going to have to look out for. The third thing I think that's very important is our striker impact, and I think Isak needs to pull those socks all the way up. Ekitike looks nice and sharp when he does come on. And they need to really stretch the Frankfurt defense to create pockets for passes. Now, I know we usually speak about Mohamed Salah usually drawing defenders and pulling them, which he was fantastic in. A little less so this season. So I think it's really up to Isak and to Ekitike to really come in and solidify their positions within the squad and show people why they were bought. Why were they acquired? It's time to step up now and show everyone. And I believe that given the opportunity now and a nice little pep talk, from Slot, could get that. They need to be unlocked, and they need to be unlocked really, really quickly. If Liverpool fixes the transition vulnerability and improves pressing, and especially the efficiency around pressing, they can dominate possession and create high-quality chances. The key will be patience and timing. That's the two key elements. And rushing decisions cost them against United. And Frankfurt could punish the same mistake. They can't allow that to happen. So here's the tactical takeaway. So possession is meaningless without decisive forward movement and defensive balance. Once again, we saw that in the United game. But also awareness of space, and especially in transitions, that will definitely be crucial. Liverpool need to get this one right. The Champions League is unforgiving, and every error is magnified. So, if Arne Slot's side can implement some of these tweaks, Liverpool could turn the page and show why they are these European heavyweights. And I'll be watching every tactical nuance, and so should you. But comment below what changes you'd like to see in this Liverpool squad. What do you think Liverpool need to take this game to Frankfurt? Hit a like on this video. I'll catch you in the next one. And as always, up the Reds.